The summit has drawn criticism for lacking the clout of big world leaders, but its conclusions point to a better aid system, innovative ways of financing it, a new focus on preventing trouble before it begins. The hope of those things, anyway.
More than 400 member states, organizations, and other groups have made some 1,500 commitments. These will kickstart transformative change from the top down and from the ground up.
Even as they talked, not too far away in Greece, police were rounding up refugees at an informal camp on the border with Macedonia. They could have played these pictures live to the summit delegates as an example of a system in a desperate state.
It is shameful that rich countries are mourning, complaining, sending refugees back, cutting deals behind their backs, political concessions for refugee rights. This is all wrong. We want to see rich countries step up to the plate, absorb more refugees, give them opportunity in their countries.
At heart here is a communique containing commitments to use global leadership to prevent and end conflict, for instance, upholding the norms of humanitarian law and so on. But at the end there's a line, which is a rather discouraging one. This communique, it says, is not legally binding. This then is a document of intention, not action. The World Humanitarian Summit was conceived by UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon, well known to be frustrated at the system's shortcomings. But with just months left in the job, what might his successor bring to the debate? Former New Zealand Prime Minister Helen is a leading contender.
I'd certainly be working to pull the UN agencies together around a common cause. Just like many governments, the UN can be quite siloed, so the humanitarian people are doing one thing, the development another, the peace building a third. We need to pull this together so we play as one orchestra. We're much more harmonious when we do that, and we get better results for people.
But 48 hours in Istanbul may only be the start. The very first World Humanitarian Summit is unlikely to be the last. Jonah, Al Jazeera, Istanbul.